Hey everybody, it's Ellen Lewis from Crazy for You. And tonight I am going to share with you the beautiful garments from the Noro Timeless Shawls trunk show. So, hey Rita, nice to see you. So you can see I'm in the shop. And it's really kind of fun to be in here and do it from the shop. Things are sort of set up a little different, it's weird. Change is hard, change is hard, but I don't know, it's fun. And the shop is like, it's all buffed up because we had Trisha Malcolm here on Monday night, and I wanted to make sure everything was perfect and fabulous for that presentation. So if you were here and you had a chance to meet her, you probably didn't even notice how nice the shop looked, but it was all buffed up. You know how it is when company's coming? So that's what we did. So let's see who's here. Hey, Amelia, nice to see you. Hey, Polly. Hi, Alicia, Jel, Eveline. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to see you. So this is the book, Noro Knit Shawls. And there are 25 designs in here. And some of them you have probably seen before. It's one of those kind of best of, but they also have some new ones. So I thought, and I have every single one of them here. So I thought it would be fun just for me to kind of show them to you and put them on and show you how I like to style stuff. Because I think, we spend whatever, 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 hours, whatever, knitting a shawl, and the rest of our life trying to figure out how we want to style it, right? So that would be kind of fun, I think, too. And I have a mannequin here that I can pull over and style if I need to. But yeah, does that sound good? And have you seen this book? Tell me if you already have this book and if you like it. If you don't have this book and you're interested, there is a link in the description. You can order the book. It's $19.99 US dollars. I was going to say, wow, I marked it under, but that's in Canada. It's $25.99. So anyway, I think that they're beautiful. And like I said, I have every single one here. And they look so much prettier in person. I think it's just amazing to be able to sort of see them in motion. Do you know what I mean? You can see a picture of them. You can see them all styled with the model going whatever, however models go. But to see them like on a real person who's not a model and just kind of how they go, how you wear them, how you how you put them on. So let's go through. All right, let's see. Hi, Gwen. Hey, Terry. Yes, it was fun, wasn't it? Hi, Barbara. Nice to see you. Hey, Tracy. Oh, my goodness. Lots of fun folks here. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, so I guess maybe I should start at the beginning. Maybe I should just start with what I like. I am going to figure out exactly. Okay, so this one that I'm wearing is called 3 Peaks. This is made with Tsubami. It takes 2 balls of Tsubami. And Tsubami is, as you know, beautiful silk and wool blend. Absolutely light and lovely. And this is nice because it looks pretty much the same on both sides. It does have a right and a wrong side. So this is the right side and this is the wrong side. But I think they look good enough that you could wear it either way. It's called 3 Peaks because they have these 3 fun tassels at the bottom. If you're not a tassel girl, you probably don't have to put them on, but tassels are huge, pom-poms and tassels. So, you can do what you like. But I love it. I've been wearing it. The colors are great. Tsubami, with all that silk in there, really takes the dye nicely. So it's super pretty and bright, and it comes in great colors. So anyway, I would just wear it kind of like this. Or not. You can put it like this. Down over your shoulder a little bit. The reason I like the tassels is they kind of keep it weighted. Do you know what I mean? So it's not going anywhere. Anyway, I generally think that when you put on a shawl or a scarf, the less you fuss with it, the better. Just put it on and don't think about it, right? So this one is 3 Peaks. This is designed by Natalia Bernesky. Anyway, this is a new one from the book. So this one I don't believe had been released at all before. So isn't that pretty? 2 skeins of Tsubami. Okay, what else we got? Okay, this one is knit in 2 colors of Curion. It's called Brick Lane. So it has this pretty kind of little brickwork at the side. It's a big rectangle. So as a big rectangle, wear it any way you want. If you get cold, put it on like this. You can also, wear it like a shawl, up like this. One of the things I like about big shawls is you can make sort of a little collar with them. See how this comes down in the back? Very pretty, worked in with a slip stitch. So can you see this stitch right here is done by slipping that color up over several rows. So it is color work, but it's not really hard color work. It's not like intarsia where you have to have that one stitch. So anyway, I think this is really pretty. These are fairly, I don't want to say drab, but for this time of year, these are not the colors that I gravitate to, with this sort of kind of rusty color. But this neutral, this would be beautiful with anything against it. You have this colorway of Curion with those soft sort of gradient colors as Noro does. Anyway, I think it's really pretty, that neutral Curion. Hey, Carolyn. How are you, Carolyn? Hey, Gail. So you like this one, Gwen? This one takes 8 skeins of Curion in the neutral color and 2 skeins in the contrast color. I might find a purple or a burgundy to go with that. I mean, we do have that color if you want it, so absolutely. Okay, let's see what else we got. Some of these I really think are beautiful. So this is also a new one from the magazine that you haven't seen before. This to me is perfect. I mean, it's May, so I'm thinking spring, summer shawls. This is gorgeous. This is worked with 2 skeins of kakagori. See that? So I like this for several reasons. First of all, look at the stitch pattern. Can you see that it's a cable? So you've got a cable and you've got a cable within a cable. You see that? This one arm of the cable is also cabled. So I love that. I think that's beautiful. And then it has these dropped stitches. This was kind of a thing that was popular. Do you remember back, 2005, when oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of that super popular shawl, clapotis. Everybody was making that. And what they did is they just did this simple drop of the stitches, and it opens it up. So it's wonderfully light. It doesn't show how kind of see-through it is, but it's incredibly light to wear. And kakagori, is a cotton and silk blend, so it's beautifully soft. It's just perfect. And it's a really generous triangle. Let me back up. Can you see this? So super generous triangle. But it's an asymmetrical triangle, which means it's fun to knit. But because it's big, you don't get that, what do I do with it, kind of that weird tail. Anyway, this would be pretty. A lot of these are worn just sort of with the point in the front. I think that's fun. Or, wear it the traditional way with the point in the back and down over your arms. So see, this is the narrow point. And then this is the wide point, but very easy to wear, really pretty. And kakagori comes in beautiful, beautiful colors. This sort of aqua color, we sold out of that in the first day, and I've reordered it twice. We just got our new shipment too of all of the new kakagori colors. So the new colors of Akari are in, and the new colors of kakagori, and the new color of Uchiwa. So that's beautiful. Anyway, this one is called Breathing Room. This is called Breathing Room. So beautiful, beautiful scarf. And like I said, shawl. This takes 2 skeins of kakagori because it has a huge amount of yardage on it. Don't you love that? I love it when it just takes 2 skeins. It makes me so happy. Let's see. Hi, Norma. Hi there. I'm not even going to pronounce Yudni Lulu. Beautiful name. I hope I haven't murdered it too much. You'll have to give me a phonetic on that. That's a beautiful name. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Oh, and that one has a chart, so you can see that the pattern is charted. Yeah, very cool. I love charts. I think they are amazing. Makes it so much easier, don't you think, to kind of see what's going on? Okay, I'm not going to show all of these, but I'm going to show my favorites. All right. I love this one. This one I have on my girlfriend here. This is called Chevron Short Row Wrap. This is also kind of just a great big rectangle. And this is worked in Silk Garden and Silk Garden Solo. So you can see that the Silk Garden Solo that's used here is a pink, and then the Silk Garden that self-stripes is what is creating these diamonds all through it. So this, to me, where's Amelia? This falls in the category of fun to knit and beautiful to wear. It's garter stitch with some increases and decreases that makes that chevron. But oh, these with the short rows, I think this is going to be so fun to knit. This is probably my favorite piece from the collection. I love the way the bottom is done. They've let that kind of be diagonals because of the decreases, but at the top, you see they've worked the short rows to fill that in. So it's straight on the top and sort of scalloped on the bottom, which I think is gorgeous. So this is one of those that I would wear and create a collar with it, because as a garter stitch, the collar, it wears like a garment. You know what I mean? It's a shawl that wears as if it's a full-on garment. This is pretty. Can you see that? It's hard for me to know if I'm off the camera when I do that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, no, maybe not pink, but here's the thing. When there are colors of Silk Garden that you have to put together, that's kind of my thing. I love to play with the colors. So bottom line is these 2 colors that are in this shawl have been discontinued because that's what Noro does. He makes beautiful colors and then they discontinue them. But I pulled some other colors and I want to share this with you. So if pink were your thing, this is a color of Silk Garden Solo. That's kind of a shell pink. And I thought it would be really beautiful with this kind of a cocoa brown and pink. I thought that was beautiful. Of course, I love pink, right? Now, where's Nancy Williams? Because this would be her color. So I think this is really pretty with this purple in the Solo, and then the Silk Garden with all those different kind of colors in there. Come on now, get the yarn. There you go. Okay, and I have 2 other colors that I want to share with you. This one I think is super elegant in the green. This is the Solo. It's kind of a jade color. You see that? And then this is the Silk Garden that goes with that. It doesn't show as much on the camera, but they go really beautiful to that together. So Carolyn wants to know how soft it is. So I think Silk Garden is very soft. I love Silk Garden. I wear it next to my skin, but I'm not super sensitive You know, some people are more sensitive to Silk Garden. I have this right now up against my neck, and it doesn't bother me at all, right? It doesn't bother me at all. I'm going to have a hard time taking this one off and sending it back. I am going to knit this one maybe twice, maybe twice. I just have to decide what color, you know. Let's face it, we all know I'm going to do the pink. Oh, and there's one more that I wanted to show you. Yeah, I have this one here. So those of you who like super jewel tones, this I think is gorgeous. I'm not sure why, but how is it looking for you? Because I'll tell you this is a like teal, right? This is not as blue as it's showing up in the camera there, you know? And then this is a gorgeous color. This has been in Silk Garden, the range. It was in a long time ago. Come on now. I need to get that in front of my face. I can't see that. There we go. So this was in the range a long time ago, color 211, and then they took it out. I actually carried this before. They had it in Silk Garden, and they had it in another yarn called Ito. But it's just beautiful. I always called this my stained glass colored Silk Garden because you have these beautiful, brilliant jewel tones, and then the black, which just really sets those off. And then with this, that would be a spectacular piece. If you like jewel tones, this would be the way to go. So super pretty. You could also do that with the purple. I think choosing the colors that you're going to put together is half the fun, right? Oh yeah, Terry, that would look amazing on you with your pale blonde hair. Yeah, that would be beautiful. Yeah, isn't this one pretty? Carolyn, you might have to make this. Okay, what's next? Okay, so this is the cover design. This one is called Mitered Squares Wrap. Hang on just a second. I did have these all bookmarked, but you'll have to forgive me. Anyway, I will find it. Thank you for your patience. Oh, Hypnotica. Okay, so, and this is a new design for the book, Hypnotica. I guess it does look sort of, you know, spacey. Again, a great big rectangle. Oh, I can see why they call it Hypnotica. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Very cool. So this is worked in garter stitch, you know, in a mitered pattern. This is not seamed, but picked up. So no, you don't have to knit all the little squares and then put them together. I think this is beautiful. This is worked with Silk Garden Sock and Silk Garden Sock Solo. So lighter than the Silk Garden wrap. Again, I like to turn these with the collar up a little bit. So you get that sort of a lapel. This is lovely. So we have this color. We have the colors for this, except for the yellow, which I'm not even sure I would do the yellow because you sort of lose the yellow kind of right here. Do you know what I mean? But we have the multicolored, and then the solo, we have green and blue, which I think would be beautiful in this. Do you like this? I like this one a lot. Even though yellow is not really my color. Trish Malcolm was here on Monday, and she was saying that everybody can wear yellow. And that was news to me because I was always told that I couldn't wear yellow and that yellow didn't look good on me. And then I thought, well, my hair is yellow. So, so apparently everybody can wear yellow. And we had a grand time, and she took pictures of everybody showing them their great yellow. And I thought that was fun. That was really empowering. So isn't this pretty? Who likes this one? Is this one that you like? Yes. Oh, Hypnotica is your favorite. Huh, okay. So I think this is beautiful. Yep. This is a big piece though. This is 3 skeins of Silk Garden Sock Solo, and they run about $380 yards. So it's a sport weight / DK. This is the yarn that I reviewed in the podcast last week. So if you're interested in that yarn and knowing more about it, you can watch that episode from last week. But yeah, I'll tell you, as far as wearing, this one is very comfortable. It's very, very light. As far as comfort, it's right up there with this one, which is equally light. This would be a beautiful spring, the 3-season. I would say this is a 3-season wrap, and you can wear it this way with it kind of up over your shoulder. And because it's big and generous, it's not going to fall off. So I really like that one. All right, Carolyn, we'll get you hooked up with this, honey. I'll call you after. So isn't that pretty? You can hang this in your house. You know how sometimes people will display kimono? This is one of those pieces that you could display in your house because it's just a beautiful piece of art. I love that. Any of these really are. They're just gorgeous. Okay. All right, so this one, what is this one called? Let's just add it. This one's called Origami Shawl. And I want this chair over. Okay, so you can sort of see how the way that it's worked. You've got the garter stitch, and then you have this slip stitch, which causes the fabric to fold. Where the slip stitch is here, it folds outward. And where the slip stitch is inside, it folds in the opposite direction. So you have an incredible texture on this. This is Silk Garden, color 269, everybody's favorite neutral in Silk Garden. Beautiful. And not quite as wide rectangle. I think there's something really appealing about the vertical element of this design with the horizontal striping. And honestly, I think this would be an amazing throw. Wouldn't this be gorgeous as a throw? Just put this on your, cast on twice as many and have it be twice as wide and maybe not quite as long. Oh, that would be beautiful, just on your sofa. And it's so soft. Beautiful, beautiful, soft. Let's see. What was the mitered squares called? Oh, Hypnotica. That one was called Hypnotica, Rita. Hypnotica. Yeah, very pretty. Yeah, I like this one too. And I think there's something really appealing about it in that neutral because it really does show up the stitch work. It wouldn't show up quite as much if you were doing it in my stained glass colorway. But anything that had sort of a lighter tone, you could get that whole sense of this. This is a very clever piece, I think. Who's the designer on this? Margie Keeper. Yeah. So super, super pretty on this one. I do love me some Silk Garden. Gosh, it's soft. Okay. This one is in Silk Garden Sock, color 269. So it's the same colorway as the other one, but this is Silk Garden Sock. So a DK kind of lighter weight garment. So I think this is pretty. Also mitered in sort of a fine way. So they've put this miters inside of a section of garter stitch. Let me back up so you can see this better. I think this is pretty. It's light. But I will tell you that this garment is also knit in Silk Garden Sock, same colorway, same yarn, feels completely different. I'm not sure why. This one feels much heavier than this one. I mean, obviously it's larger, but isn't this pretty? This is called Shifting Sands, And this was in one of the Noro knitting magazines. You may or may not have that magazine, but really pretty with, again, with the short rows that give you that wavy bit, and then the darker contrasty color of Silk Garden sock solo or Silk Garden sock. So I think I had a customer in on Saturday who bought this, and rather than using this kind of neutral color, she did pink and then a purple. So this is a smaller piece, very pretty, very elegant. Again, it lends itself to creating a little collar with it. But you can also be super dramatic if you wanted to, and put the point down at the side like that. Put it in with a little shawl pin, or you could wear it like a cowboy style. So this is nice. You know, this is just, it's just really light. You like that one? Okay, so the Shifting Sands shawl, I think is 1 and 1, Alyssa. Let me just double check. So it's really hard to say, you know, to look at it from how many skeins, because so many of Noro's yarns now are put up in the huge 200-gram barrel, they call. So those each have, like Ito has 400 yards, which is, you know, one of their 200-gram barrels of Kurion. But this one takes 4 skeins of Silk Garden sock, Silk Garden sock. And then this one I think is going to take 2 and 1. Let me have a quick look. It's a good question. Hello. Yep, 2 skeins of Silk Garden sock in that neutral color, and then 1 skein in the contrasting color. And this one, yeah, wavy triangle, which is really pretty. So let's see. Okay, this next one is called Sweeping Waves. And this is knit in Noro Enka. This takes 2 skeins of Noro Enka, which is a lovely cotton blend yarn. This is just a big triangle with some eyelet. This is a beautiful color of Enka. The Enka had some really interesting color combinations that I think are beautiful. So two skeins of Enka for this one. Again, this is a symmetrical triangle. I don't know, let's see if it started at the bottom or the top. Oh, it's worked sideways and then joined in the center. So yeah, you start here, right? You start here and you knit to the center, and then you do another one, and it looks like you graft it. Very fun. That's a lot of grafting. I hope you like grafting. Let's see. Paul, you're welcome, Alyssa. Yes, great size for us short people. Yes, Gwen. Shifting Sands. Yeah, this was really popular when it came out in the book. Yeah, this is a beautiful pattern. Yeah, very light. And you know, you could make this, you could just keep going if you wanted to. You could make this as large as you like. I personally like a big shawl because then I know it's going to stay on me. It's not going to, you know, fall off because it's small. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, I have a couple brioche I want to share with you that are beautiful. Oh, hang on. Let me grab this one. I'll be right back. I thought I had left it on the mannequin, but I actually had brought it over here. This is in Entrelac. This is called Color Rush. And this is beautiful. Ito is a yarn that comes in one of those 200-gram barrels, and it has 36 colors, 36 different colors per barrel. You can see the whole colorway through it. So I think this is gorgeous. And you know, when you work entrelac, you're working one whole little square at a time, you know? So it's perfect for Ito because each little square is its own color. And it's just beautiful. Isn't that pretty? You know, you think it looks really, really hard. And it's a little fiddly to learn, but once you get it, it's straight up TV knitting. So this is really pretty. I like this. Again, this is called Color Rush. I'm going to show you real quick this sweater. So this is not in the book. This is another entrelac shawl with a bigger entrelac square. I think it's really pretty. This is worked in Enka, and this is in last summer's Noro Knitting Magazine issue, I think. So it would be 19, I believe, 18, 19. Anyway, it's a summer issue because Enka is a summer yarn, but this is really pretty, and I pulled yarn to knit this one in kind of a pink colorway. Super pretty. So you can see how that entrelac technique really enhances the colors in Noro and really just sort of showcases that self-striping aspect in a different way than just having stripes, which I think is fun. Okay, what's next? Are you guys bored yet? Hi, Keisha. Nice to see you. Okay, all right, here's one for you, Gwen. This is a tiny one. It's so cute. It's called Flying Crane, and it's just tiny. It's just a very minimal little scarf in cotton. It's kind of just the thing you might want to have if you were going out in the summer and you were afraid that you just might be a little chilled when the air conditioning hit. So it's nice, it's very light, it's very small. This takes one ball of Enka. So very pretty. Flying Cranes is this one. Designed by Teresa Chenoweth. My goodness, there are a lot of these, aren't there? Okay. Now I have two versions of this brioche one. Where are you, Brioche Shawl? Oh, here it is. Sorry. All right. So the one in the book is actually shown in kind of a brown colorway, but the one in the trunk show is shown in this gorgeous purple. Look how pretty. I'll show you close up the brioche. So let me tell you why I love this. Okay, first of all, it's brioche. It's fun to knit. Secondly, it's knit in a beautiful yarn. This is Miyabi, which is Noro's cashmere blend that they brought out last fall, which is gorgeous. I love the fact that it's the same on both sides. Do you know what I mean? You can wear this either side out. So you don't ever have to worry about, arranging it or styling it or whatever. It does that beautiful thing with the, with the collar. And it's deep enough in the back, that it's going to keep your whole back warm. But here's something else that I really love. Just the shape of this lends itself to be a poncho. If you wanted to put some big buttons along here, 1, 2, maybe 4 or 5 buttons and close that up, this would be a beautiful poncho. Can you see that? And it would hang like this, and it would be absolutely amazing. Isn't it gorgeous? So this is it in that purple colorway. And here it is in the green colorway. Beautiful garment. See those colors? And then in the book, it's shown in this sort of brownish colorway. So it's really pretty in all of the colors. Here it is with the styling. I think it looks so nice. Isn't it elegant? So, Gwen, I've been talking with Ginny about this, and I think once you know how to do brioche and you're pretty comfortable with the brioche stitch, and we're talking solid brioche and not the fisherman's rib where you're lifting, going into the stitch below, but where you're actually doing the yarn over slip one. If you're comfortable with that technique, then a shaped brioche, which is where you have increases and decreases to create that kind of a cable effect, that's your next step. You know, I think you'd be fine doing it. If you're not comfortable with brioche, I would recommend that you do a hat or a shawl or something flat. So brioche is round is probably the easiest way to approach brioche for a beginner. And then I would move to something where you're doing brioche flat, because this is worked flat. And then your next step would be brioche with shaping. Does that make sense? So that's what I would recommend. Okay, what else did I want to show you? Okay, so there's one in here that I think is kind of fun. I'd be interested in hearing your take on it. Okay, what do you think about this? Tell me in the comments. Do you love it? Do you hate it? I'm not going to tell you what I think until I see what you think. This is the back, and this is the front. So tell me what you think. All right, Anne loves it. Gwen, amazing piece of art. So this is kind of fun. Very fallish, right? Would you wear it? Would you knit it? Great, but not my cuppa. Yeah, too busy. Good. Karen, no, thank you. It's beautiful, but I would never knit it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of, it is really sort of fantastical. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I have to admire the talent that went into designing this. I think it's amazing, the work that went into it. It's just so incredibly clever. But it's a lot, you know, it's a lot. And I don't know. It's kind of cool. Anna Stoklosa. So incredibly talented designer. And they've used this motif in other designs where it kind of trims a throw. So the idea of it as a throw or a piece of art, I think is a good point. I get what you're saying about that. I mean, where's the costume piece? Grumpy old lady fairy. It almost looks like a ghillie suit, right? You know what a ghillie suit is, don't you? Sorry, I have to pick these things up off the floor. This setup is kind of cool, but it's not as convenient as I would like. I think I need one more table right here. Note to self. Okay, so this is a piece that you guys have seen in the shop many times. This is a gorgeous cabled rectangle worked in Okunashima. Okunashima is one of my favorite yarns because you know I love, love, love Angora. See how fuzzy this is? It's just got this beautiful fuzzy. Love it. So in this kind of a pink with that little bit of acid yellow, you know, at the retreat last July, we did a present. We had Brandon Mabley came on, and he was talking about color and embracing the colors that maybe you don't like. And this acid yellow is one of those colors that, you know, if you were a person that cut colors out of Noro, you might be tempted to cut that yellow out. But I think you'd really, really lose the energy that that yellow provides and the release. So anyway, I think this is really pretty. That one is called, hang on, Cabled Wrap. Another thing that's nice about this particular one, just like with the brioche, the proportions are such that if you wanted to turn it into a poncho, it would be perfect as a poncho. So it's pretty in that color. The sample that came for the trunk show is in this beautiful blue, which of course has been discontinued. Very pretty kind of blue and aqua and purple tones, but in their infinite wisdom, they decided they didn't want that color anymore. All right. Okay, love Noro, but it is pricey. Yeah, it is a little pricey, but it's kind of special, you know what I mean? And when you think about Noro, you know, you want to remember that they are so incredibly careful with their raw materials. You know, all of their wool is organically grown, their dyes are minimally impactful, and they have a very unusual, I would go so far as to say a unique method of creating the yarn with their whole spinning process that you just really can't duplicate. And I think each skein is a work of art. You know, they really are just so beautiful. So I know it's pricey, but I think it's worth it. You know, even if you did just like a small thing, and not all the yarns are as expensive, especially the ones that are in the big barrel. You have to look at your total yardage price, you know, because you're getting quite a lot of yarn in that 200 gram skein. So, but I get what you're saying. Anybody else with a thought on that? Yeah. All right. So this is one. We actually have this in the shop as a sample. It's called Shifting Sands. Let me grab that for you. This is also worked in kakagori. A very, very asymmetrical triangle. What do you call that? Is that a scalene where none of the, I don't think it has any right triangles in it. Anyway, this is worked with 3 skeins of kakagori, that pretty aqua that I showed you, the neutral color, and then this pretty yellowish tone. Very, very pretty. Dramatic and fun to wear. It's got a cute little kind of a bobble motif at the bottom. Isn't that pretty? So I like that. And let me tell you what the name of that is. Shifting Sands. I said that, didn't I? Yeah. So I think that's a nice one. Again, this is very light. Some of these asymmetrical triangles can be a little confusing or tough to wear. But honestly, I think when you put a shawl on, if you just put it on and don't worry too much about it, you're better off than trying to fuss with it or arrange it so that everybody can see your beautiful work. I know it's tempting to want to, you know, display what you've got going on, but I think you're just going to be happier if you're not worried about it. You know, you're going to feel more comfortable and you're going to look more relaxed, and it's going to be just better generally. Anyway, that's my philosophy on wearing and styling scarves and shawls and stuff. Just put it on. Just put it on. Don't worry about it. Okay, what else? Oh, this is a pretty one. This is called, this has a name like a citrus. I think you made this one, Amelia. Tell me in the comments real quick what the name of this one is if you happen to have a chance. If you get to it before me. Summer Citrus Shawl. Beautiful shawl with this sort of acid yellow color. Very citrusy. Played off against the gray. I think that's beautiful. It's fun to knit. It's got this little bit of lace work in between. You see that? And then do you see how the colors are sort of blended in stripes between the lace panels? So you have the lace in the yellow and then the lace in the gray at the top. So it's sort of blended. This is very pretty, very light. This is worked in Noro Sonata, which is a rowing yarn that has, a Noro yarn that has no wool at all. So this is really pretty, very light, very comfortable. Even if you're sensitive to some of the Noro fibers, this is one that you can wear without any stress at all. So really, really pretty. I never liked that acid yellow until I saw it. Yeah, absolutely. Until you saw it in this shawl, right? So Ginny, those of you who know Ginny, she hates this acid yellow. She wouldn't wear this acid yellow to save her soul, but she's a beautiful knitter and she wanted to make this. So she made one in, I don't think anyone will be surprised to see the colors that Ginny picked. Can you see this? Hope my microphone doesn't fall down. In purple. So very pretty in the purple. Completely different look, don't you think? I mean, this is a completely different look. So Amelia is saying that she wears hers all the time. What color did you do yours in, Amelia? I can't recall. I normally remember that stuff, but it's a giant. Look how giant it is. It's just huge. So yeah, this would be super cozy and wonderful, like Amelia said, to wear everywhere. So that's the Citrus Summer Citrus Shawl. I think that's pretty much all of my favorites. I have some others. Let me just grab them real quick and see what you think. So this is the Tilted Blocks. This is worked in Teo, which I think is has been discontinued by Noro, but this would be beautiful in Enka. This is fun. Again, you've got the lace that makes the stripes in the Noro angle up and down, right? This one is Teo, which is a cotton and cotton blend. It has like, I think 12 or 15% wool, and it's kind of an Aran weight. And as I said, they don't have any new colors, and I didn't see it in this season's palette, so I could be wrong, but I think this is being phased out. But really pretty design. Do you think? That would be fun to make. And again, it would be great in the Enka, Noro Enka. Pretty sure that would take 2 skeins of Enka. All right, this one is super cute. This is a really flexible little pattern. So this one's called, you know what, I just realized they're all right on the tab. Okay. Noro Knit Shawls, Crescent Shaped Shawl. Not exactly the most creative name, but beautiful. And this is knit in Silk Garden Light at a very loose gauge. See, now Silk Garden Light is like a DK weight yarn, but you can see how this has been blocked way, way open. So I think you could do this in almost any yarn at all. You could do this in Silk Garden Sock. You could do this in Silk Garden and just use a bigger needle and then block it, and it would be larger. Super cute. You could also do it in any of the summer weight yarns. This would be pretty in Tsubami. Ooh, Tsubami, yeah. That'd be nice. I think this is a pretty one. You like that? It's kind of, just cozy. I like this one a lot. This one looks like it would go pretty quickly. and fun. What do you think? Yes? No? All right. Okay. These are the last two that I have to show you. This is knit in Sweeto, which is, Sweeto is Japanese for tweed. Let's see, where is Noro made? Okay, Noro is made all in Japan. So Isaku Noro is the owner of the company, and he's owned it since, gosh, the 70s. And he designs all of the colors, and everything is processed in Japan. Now, a lot of their materials come from other places, like their wool comes from New Zealand. I know my rep was telling me, Jay was telling me that it's all like the Hunui kind of breed, very carefully husbanded. They don't use any materials, any raw materials at all, unless Mr. Noro has personally been to visit that farm and see that the animals are well treated and well cared for. I really love that. I mean, I can totally get behind that. I think that's wonderful. So this actually was on the cover of the Noro magazine in the winter of 2020. This is a garter stitch with a cabled trim. Really pretty. Just simple. You know, 2 skeins of Sweeto. Again, this is one of those you're just going to put on and not worry too much about it. Super pretty. All right, and the last one is knit in Geshe, which is a cotton blend. Has this pretty little leaf. I call this a leaf lace. You've seen this stitch pattern before. And then it has kind of a little, like a seed stitch trim, but it's a very lightweight yarn. It's a sport weight cotton blend. So it's a very lightweight shawl. Even though it's big, it's super lightweight. So tell me what your favorites were. What is your favorite? And what Noro spring summer yarn, or any of them, what is your favorite Noro yarn? So tell me in the comments. I would be excited to hear that. Oh, and I do have a gift, a prize to give away. Let me get that hooked up here real quick. Hang on. All right. Okay, so I would like for you to put in the comments, in addition to telling me what Noro you like, put in the comments, if you want to be entered in the giveaway, put Akari, A-K-A-R-I, and I'll show you what I have to give away for you. So this is a beautiful skein of Akari. Kind of a greenish color, very pretty. So, all right. All right, Colleen, you need to type that again with the right spelling, or you're not going to get entered. A-K-A-R-I. Make sure you spell it right, or it won't pick you up. Perfect. Darn autocorrect, right? All right, so super fun. Wow, it's been really fun. All right, any more entries? All right, now wait a minute. I'm going to need to share my screen. on now. Why is that not doing it? Hang on. Come on now. Share screen. All right, here we go. Okay, so here I'm going to draw, and we will see. Woo! Good luck, everybody. All right, Polly Callahan. Good on you, honey. So that's great. Okay, so yay. All right, well, Polly's our winner today. Thank you guys for being here. So I love what Gail said. Yes. Every time I wear something made of Noro, I get compliments. Yes, they are striking and unique. And that's the thing about knitting with Noro. You know, you really are, you're using art to create your own art. And I have a hard time not choosing Noro for my garments. I'm kind of addicted. I love all my yarns, but it was just so, I do love it. So, oh, Polly's coming to the shop tomorrow. Well, then I'll hold it for you and I won't put it in the mail. All right. Okay, thank you very much for being here. If you enjoyed this, please like the video. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel and click the little bell so you get a notification when I go live. And I go live every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. And I don't always talk for an hour, but when I have something to talk about like Noro, I absolutely do. So if you're interested in that book, you can order it through the link in the description. And any of the other items that you're interested in, send me a quick email. Go to the website. After a few minutes, they will offer you the opportunity to sign up for the newsletter. If you just reply to any of those, it comes right to me. If you have a question about Noro or a question about a kit or something you'd like to knit, I'm happy to help you. And if you call the shop, any of the ladies who is here on the team is going to be happy to help you. So thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure to share these beautiful shawls with you. And I will see you next week. And until then, keep knitting and create something beautiful. Good night.